Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today's video was very much unplanned. When I went to upload my last video, YouTube decided to inform me that the next video that I was going to post was in fact going to be my 300th video, which I had no idea was coming up, so I probably would have been better had I not noticed that statistic. It was very much new information to me, so I had absolutely nothing interesting planned, so panic ensued. But today, as in the day that I'm filming this, it's actually my birthday, which is also the day that I first started Studio of MM, so there's a lot of things going on in this video. But the whole reason this is sort of all working out is because today we're kind of sort of hopefully succeeding in making an art-related cake. I mean, a lot of things are riding on the success of this cake. We've got birthday, anniversary, 300th video, so let's hope this pans out. So welcome to a very celebratory video. Also, before I forget, because I did a lousy job of mentioning it in my last video, because it is of course the anniversary of when I first started Studio of MM, I have my yearly anniversary sale going on right now in my store. So if you're interested in picking up any of the palettes or other art supply storage, or really just anything in my store, you can use code SPRING15 to get 15% off of your entire order. So I guess I should probably explain exactly what's happening today. Normally my mom sort of makes my, I guess, requested dessert for my birthday. I mean, it really depends on the year and what's happening then, but of course we're in the height of lockdown still, so chill out at home birthday with homemade dessert is absolutely on the agenda for this year, which is completely cool with me. But my mom, completely my mom, decided to have a slight freak out because it's my 25th birthday, and so she wanted to try and step up the game a little more this year. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure how we got to this point, but regardless, we spent the last couple of days researching different dessert and cake ideas that we thought we could pull off, and eventually we got to the point that we both agreed on attempting to make an artist palette cake. I did suggest a galaxy cake because according to my moderate internet research, it's apparently not incredibly difficult to do, but she wants to save that for another thing. So yes, today's plan is to make a palette cake, and I figured since it is the video of a mass celebration, I would bring you along on the journey. So last night I literally designed the cake pan. It's been printing all night and is now finished, so I guess let's take a look at it. So here are the two pieces of the cake pan, and then they just slide together and click in like that. And oh, here we have an artist palette cake. I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but this is going to be for a no-bake cheesecake, so don't worry, this is not trying to go into an oven or something. Definitely don't do that. This would just completely liquefy. But yeah, that's what that looks like. It is in the two pieces so that it can obviously come off of the cake a lot easier. Yeah, I threw this model together at an absolutely ridiculous speed, and so these connector bits here actually fit this dowel that I'm now going to cut down so that it can just fit in there and work as a pin and keep those in place just so that it's extra strong. It does actually fit quite well as is, but you know, can't be too careful, and we definitely don't want a cheesecake catastrophe on our hands. And there we have it. One finished cheesecake pan with dowels. The dowels are honestly just because I needed something to use as a pin with a very particular measurement when I was designing this, and the first thing I found was that dowel. So that's why that's there, and it's going to work great. As you can see, it's completely locked in. I have absolutely no chance. I'm like completely putting all of my force behind that, and it's not going anywhere. So yeah, that is the finished palette cake pan. And now I guess it's on to the cake making. cheesecake is now in the fridge where it needs to stay for a few hours to fully set, and I am back up in the studio in the name of finding some props. So my mom insists that this palette she wants a paintbrush, I said a palette knife because it would be easier to clean off, but regardless, some sort of palette knife, paintbrush, something to go on it. So I'm back up here to see what I can rummage up and be willing to sacrifice in the name of the cake. Okay, palette knives are in here. That one is filthy, so is that one. I'm gonna rummage through here and see what I can find. Alrighty, so this is what I found. I picked this palette knife because it has a nice black handle that I thought might look really nice on the cake. I have used this, but I scraped what I think is heavy paste or gel or some sort of acrylic medium that was on this, so I'm obviously going to wash this off more, but it is pretty clean. And then these two brushes I do not believe I have ever used. They're just some cheap Artist Loft ones that again have a nice black handle with a blue accent, so pretty on brand, but they definitely still have their like sanforizing or whatever hardening is still in the bristles, so I would say they are pretty clean as well, and I've never used them. These are very much oil painting like brushes, which I know I'm doing and trying out soon, but I don't know if I would ever use these, so if anything happens to these brushes and just the cheesecake can't come out of them or whatever else, I'm not going to be crying about these ones being destroyed. So I'm gonna take these down to the boss and see what she thinks. is now the end of the night, and I would say the cake was quite a successful project. It was delicious, which is also a great added bonus, and I really just wanted to end this video off by saying thank you. I'm not sure if I ever thought I would hit 300 videos on this channel, but here we are. But whether you've been around to see a large portion of those 300 videos or the first video you came across was number 299, thank you for being around to see the 300th. But that is everything, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.